Have you ever wondered why something as simple as salt holds such importance in Islam? It's more than just a seasoning. It's a symbol of balance, healing, and divine wisdom. In this video, we're uncovering 5 hidden secrets about salt from the Quran and Islamic tradition that will completely change the way you look at this everyday ingredient. From its connection to the sunnah to its role in spiritual protection, each point reveals a powerful truth you've likely never heard before. Stay with us till the end. You won't believe how deep the meaning behind salt truly is in Islam. 1. Salt as a symbol of balance in creation. Salt, though ordinary in appearance, reflects the profound balance Allah has established in His creation. In Surah Ar-Rahman, 55, verse 7-9, Allah says, "And the heaven He raised and imposed the balance, that you not transgress within the balance, and establish weight in justice, and do not make deficient the balance." This balance, or mizan, is not only about justice in society, but it also applies to the natural order of the universe, including elements like salt. In the human body, salt maintains vital functions such as hydration, nerve transmission, and muscle function. Too little or too much can be harmful, reminding us how crucial balance is, even at the cellular level. This mirrors the broader Quranic principle that excess or deficiency leads to corruption. Everything created by Allah has a precise measure, and salt is a subtle example of this divine precision. Salt also plays a unique role in the ecosystem. It purifies, preserves, and enhances. In oceans, it stabilizes marine life. In soil, it influences agriculture. Such widespread yet measured presence shows us that even what seems mundane is part of a vast, harmonious system meticulously designed by the Creator. Interestingly, the taste of salt, strong yet subtle, reminds us that moderation is powerful. A pinch transforms a dish, but excess ruins it. This serves as a metaphor for human behavior. In Islam, moderation is a virtue, and salt becomes a physical symbol of this spiritual truth. Thus, salt is not merely a seasoning. It is a sign, ayah, a quiet but consistent reminder of Allah's intricate and perfect balance. In reflecting on it, we're guided back to the Quranic principle that harmony in creation reflects the wisdom and mercy of its Creator. 2. Prophetic use of salt, sunnah. The everyday use of salt takes on deeper meaning when we consider the practices of the Prophet Muhammad, Salallahu Alayhi Wasalam. Though the use of salt may seem insignificant, it is connected to the sunnah, the way of the Prophet, making it spiritually meaningful for Muslims seeking to follow his guidance in every aspect of life. According to some narrations and traditional Islamic practices, the Prophet, Salallahu Alayhi Wasalam, is reported to have begun and ended his meals with a small amount of salt. While these reports are not found in the most widely accepted hadith collections, like Sahih Bukhari or Sahih Muslim, they are mentioned in classical texts of medicine and prophetic tradition, Tib and Nabawi. The wisdom behind this practice is both physical and spiritual. From a physical standpoint, salt prepares the stomach for food, stimulating digestive enzymes and helping prevent harmful toxins from affecting the body. It also assists in the absorption of nutrients and maintains the body's fluid balance. Starting a meal with a small amount of salt is believed to ready the body to process food more effectively, especially in ancient diets that lacked modern medical understanding. Spiritually, beginning with salt may symbolize humility and gratitude. Salt is a basic substance, common, inexpensive, and often overlooked, yet essential. This mirrors the Islamic emphasis on appreciating even the smallest blessings from Allah. Incorporating salt in this way encourages mindfulness in eating, reminding us that every bite is a gift from the Sustainer. Following even the smallest habits of the Prophet, Salallahu Alayhi Wasalam, is a source of blessing, barakah, and brings us closer to his noble example. So, what seems like a minor act, tasting salt, can become an act of remembrance, gratitude, and alignment with prophetic wisdom. 3. Salt in ruqyah and spiritual cleansing. Structured. In Islamic tradition, salt is not only a physical substance, but also plays a role in spiritual protection and purification. Among scholars and practitioners of ruqyah, the Islamic method of spiritual healing, salt is sometimes used as a tool to ward off negative energies, protect from jinn, and purify spaces. While the Quran and authentic sunnah do not directly prescribe salt in ruqyah, its use is drawn from traditional experience and the symbolic properties associated with it. Salt has long been recognized across cultures for its ability to preserve and purify. In the context of ruqyah, it is often sprinkled in corners of the home or mixed with water to clean spaces where disturbances such as unexplained illness, anxiety, or a heavy presence are felt. Scholars stress that the real protection lies in Tawheed, pure belief in Allah, and the recitation of Quranic verses like Ayat al-Kursi, Surah al-Falaq, and Surah an-Nas. However, salt may be used as a means, wasila, not an end, and only with the firm belief that ultimate healing comes from Allah alone. It becomes a symbolic tool, much like hijama, cupping, or black seed, which the Prophet Salallahu Alayhi Wasalam recommended for physical ailments. In some cases, ruqyah practitioners prepare salt water and recite specific verses over it before using it for washing or sprinkling. This practice is particularly common when dealing with homes believed to be affected by seer black magic or jinn activity. Though not obligatory or universally practiced, the use of salt in spiritual cleansing serves as a reminder of Islam's holistic approach to healing, one that combines physical means, spiritual awareness, and sincere reliance on Allah. It teaches us that every part of creation, even salt, can be a means of divine mercy when used with the right intention. Salt as a preserver. Quranic parallel. Salt has long been known for its power to preserve food, protecting it from decay and extending its usefulness. In ancient times, before refrigeration, salt was the primary method of keeping food fresh, preventing spoilage and allowing people to store essential nourishment for longer periods. This quality of preservation offers a powerful metaphor when viewed through the lens of the Quran. Allah says in Surah Al-Hijr 15:9, "Indeed, it is we who sent down the Quran, and indeed, we will be its guardian." This verse assures believers that Allah Himself will protect the Quran from corruption, change, or loss. Just as salt preserves the purity of food, Allah preserves the purity of His final revelation to mankind. The Quran remains unchanged, untouched by human distortion, and continues to guide billions, just as fresh food preserves and sustains life. In addition, salt's preserving ability symbolizes stability and protection. In spiritual terms, this can be linked to the believer's relationship with divine guidance. The Quran not only informs, it preserves the moral compass of individuals and societies. Where there is Quran, there is preservation of values, truth, justice, mercy, and balance. Moreover, salt prevents harmful bacteria from growing, similar to how the Quran shields the human heart from spiritual diseases such as arrogance, hypocrisy, and ignorance. This connection invites us to reflect more deeply. Something as simple as salt can embody the Quran's function in our lives, silent, steady, and essential. Therefore, salt is not just a seasoning, but a reminder. It mirrors the preserving power of divine revelation, encouraging us to hold tightly to the Quran as our source of protection, nourishment, and guidance in a world full of corruption and change. 5. Salt as a hidden blessing from Allah. Salt is one of the most common and easily overlooked blessings in our daily lives. Yet in Islam, believers are constantly reminded to recognize even the smallest of Allah's favors. In Surah Ibrahim 14:7, Allah says, "If you are grateful, I will surely increase you in favor." This verse reminds us that acknowledging Allah's blessings, big or small, brings more barakah, blessing, into our lives. Salt is a perfect example of this principle. It's inexpensive, readily available, and used in nearly every meal. Without it, food becomes tasteless and our bodies suffer. Despite its simplicity, its impact is significant. This teaches us that Allah's blessings are not always found in grand things. Sometimes they are hidden in the most ordinary items. The Prophet Muhammad, Salallahu Alayhi Wasalam, also emphasized gratitude for the simplest provisions. In authentic narrations, he praised Allah even for a single bite of food or a sip of water. By reflecting on salt, a substance most people never think twice about, we're reminded to adopt an attitude of constant awareness and appreciation for Allah's countless favors. Furthermore, salt symbolizes humility. Unlike rich spices or rare ingredients, salt is plain and unassuming, yet it enhances everything it touches. This mirrors the Islamic value of humility. A modest person may not attract attention, but their presence brings peace, balance, and goodness, just like salt in a meal. In essence, salt becomes a spiritual reminder. Do not take anything for granted. What seems small may hold great wisdom and benefit. Recognizing salt as a ni'mah, blessing, transforms a daily habit into an act of remembrance and inspires us to see Allah's mercy in every corner of our lives. Subhanallah, who would have thought that salt carries so much hidden wisdom in Islam? These small signs are proof of Allah's greatness in every detail of creation. If you found this video beneficial, like, share, and subscribe to Pious Deen for more eye-opening Islamic content. May Allah increase you in knowledge, gratitude, and blessings in every part of your life. Comment below. Ya Allah, help me recognize and be grateful for even the smallest of your blessings. Let's fill the comments with gratitude and remembrance. Until next time, stay humble, stay grateful, and stay connected to Pious Deen.